playing. We go. Must be playing somebody good.
All right, Dan, give us the last, sum up the last week for us in one word.
Yeah, it was, really wild. Just a wild couple of weeks. I think when you get to June, you have the team on campus. The roster set. Alex returns, and then this dropped. So it was obviously tempting, and obviously the Lakers organization was just incredible. Once in a lifetime to be presented with an opportunity to lead one of the most storied franchises in sports. Get a chance to get to know some amazing people in Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss. So in the end, there was just too many reasons to be here and at UConn, where we in the end, once you think it all the way through and go through the whole process.
That was more than one word, but we'll take it.
I know.
Can you go through some of the reasons?
It's the amount of cameras in here right now. What's that?
Go through some of the reasons that why you wanted to stay.
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, it's just when you get, it's like, think about the two places that you're like in your mind trying to choose between. Like, you're the head coach of the back-to-back champs at UConn or the LA Lakers. I mean, there's not many coaches that have had to make a decision between those two. Options for your career. So, but there's so many things that go through your mind. It's like, it's your family. It's where you're best suited to be as a coach. It's the business side. It's your loyalty to players, or like an Alex or the players that came in here that believe in what we do. It's the relationship you have with people in Connecticut, like the way they've embraced me when I got here and treated me so great as we built this thing, and just so many things. It's like too many things. Your mind races, just raced the whole time, and then you make you sit down in the end with Andrea and our sons, and Danny and Andrew, and I think once we got to like Sunday night, it was pretty clear, and then you sleep on it.
Yeah, how much of the timing of the whole thing? Obviously, summer practice have already started. The Alex thing the week before. How much did the timing factor in?
The only thing where the timing was, I know with Alex in particular, that was again, like if Alex didn't return, I'm not sure that would have changed my decision, but it certainly was something I thought about a lot. But I called him on Sunday and talked to him about the situation, and really kind of, we had a talk about it, and he gave me his advice. Not that I listened to it, but I asked him for it, and then I just put the phone away from my ear. But yeah, the timing I don't think would have impacted it that much, because in the end it's like what fulfills you. What does the combination of your mind and your heart tell you to do, and what's best for your family, and where do you belong at this point? Where do you belong?
So when did the Lakers contact you? Did they contact you as soon as the job opened, or did they not contact you for weeks?
For me, it was this week or last week. Beginning of last week was when it was brought to me. I don't know how long they vetted me out. And then I obviously talked to a lot of these general managers because for the last couple of years we've had NBA players. So I've gotten a chance to know Rob the last couple of years, and grown to respect him because we've talked basketball and we've talked about our players. So I've had conversations with a lot of organizations over the last couple of years. So there was some familiarity going into probably Monday of last week.
What's it like talking to your players to tell you that you're coming back? Usually you tell players you're leaving. What was the emotional reaction when you told them you were coming back?
I mean, I felt horrible that the Thursday that we weren't like when the news dropped, the timing of it. I didn't get a chance to kind of address it to them. Hey guys, this is an opportunity that I've got to look at and really evaluate and consider. And so I wanted to make sure that that things were very quiet until I met with them that day. And obviously, the players were excited. I didn't make it easy for them. I had like a 20-minute meeting with them, and I used it to my advantage as a coach in terms of asking them for a heavy commitment. I had made my decision before I went in there, but I kind of like demanded a commitment of X from them in there, and they didn't really know what I was doing when I went in, so it was almost like whatever you guys say and commit to is going to be the deciding factor, which was a lie. I already had decided, and I think no one had a phone in there, so no one could see Twitter. So that's why I like coaching guys this age. They're dumber than NBA players. I wouldn't have been able to pull that stunt off, but I got a great commitment from the group when I told them.
Dan, what was Andrea's reaction when you told her they'd been in touch with you?
She was angry. Anger turned to tears, and she wasn't happy about it because we all love it here. When you love it and you're so happy, you don't want that type of disruption, especially one that's special like the Lakers. So if it was like a lesser opportunity, she wouldn't have reacted so emotionally. And then then we handle it like adults. We considered it and weighed it and took the trip and factored in all the things that matter to us. And then as we got to Sunday and we had just some time to talk about it, we were able to follow your heart, which is here, and your brain, which was here.
And you get free wings for life.
I saw that. And I think pizza.
And pizza and hot dogs.
Really? Where are the hot dogs from?
Roses.
Yeah.
Oh, really? All right.
Of the
That'll
three,
be-
what are you most excited about?
Oh, man. That's a hard question.
The NBA is a different game. Players are
Pizza.
different. How much of a factor was that?
I just think for fulfillment for me, and the thought of coaching LeBron James is incredibly exciting. You hear all types of, and this thing was all over the media for a couple of days, so you get some exposure to everything that was being said. And one of the positives about the Lakers was the chance to coach LeBron James, because great players and all-time great players, they're like somebody that is incredible, like works their absolute butt off, has great levels of expertise as a coach, and then is authentic. Like great players are going to respect that, but with that, the chance LeBron Coach LeBron made it incredibly appealing. But then for me, I just think this is such a high level of sports, especially where we're competing at, and I got a chance to coach 18, 19, 20-year-old kids that you could really help change their lives. I mean, you could compete for big things and win big things, but like the impact that you have on Jordan Hawkins and his family, and Donovan and his family, and so you get the top sports competition, but then you also get the fulfillment too, which goes through your mind a lot.
Did you meet with LeBron out there?
I did not. We had some communication over the weekend, and it was awesome to see that from him, to hear that from him. It was amazing.
I also feel now that you kind of got the decision behind you, and you can kind of focus on what you usually focus on.
Yeah, I mean, I coached bad last week, and Monday I had a bad practice. I was distracted, but I was on point today. And the guys, I think, got a real good sense of what it's like to play here now, the new guys. Because I was on probably a 6 today on a 10 scale. 6, maybe 6.5, so it's just it's a lot of relief, and you feel a lot lighter, and it was great to get out and recruit and see the 25s, and to get in here, and just to get back to work and focus on what we're doing.
What has the workouts been like since they've come back, and have you noticed the difference since Monday?
Well, today was the first day back, and again, like Alex wasn't around for the first couple practices, so we weren't whole, and then I dropped, or the news dropped on them, and then we had practice, and then and then Monday obviously was it was a emotional day for everybody. So today was like back to business, making recruiting calls, pre-practice planning. Today was like the first day that's felt real normal. Full team here.
And is there any update on your contract situation? Like close finish line?
Yeah, I mean that whole thing. I know that became a thing, and like the whole finances of that was worked out between Dave and my agent probably 2 weeks ago, where I got like a finalized what that looks like. Really, the only parts of that potentially could change are some of the other things, staff-wise. Again, like I don't know, like the NIL thing has just hit, so just like language things, negotiating the buyouts and different things like that.
Yeah, I mean those things are just as important as the salary. Like you need to pay your assistants.
Yeah.
The buyout terms, those
Yeah.
things are just as important.
Yeah. They are to me, and they always have been. And I don't. It was, my leverage again. This was not. This was something that when the Lakers come calling, and and you're the type of person that is competitive and looking for challenges and wants to be the best the way I am. I mean, it was something that I really had to consider. For me, this was not again a leverage situation. I've won back-to-backs and and I've had plenty of leverage in the off season. But I do. Hopefully we're able to finalize something that way soon and get the whole contract done. But I'm flattered by what Dave's put in front of me.
How much?
I think it's very fair.
How much
explain
did
to us
the
what-
revenue sharing that change affected the net?
I mean, that's a factor. I mean, there's a lot of factors right now. There's a lot that was going through your mind, and the TV deals with conferences, and what that $21 million, where's that going to come from, and what is that going to look like, and will we be at a competitive disadvantage? I mean, there's a lot that is going through your mind that you have to, consider. So it just wasn't simple.
Dan, most of us will never know what it's like to be offered $70 million to do a job that you love. Can you try to put that into words? How it's hard to kind of walk away from a number like that.
Yeah.
I think
Fif-
it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, 15 years ago, I was a high school coach, and 15 years ago, I was. Want me to move? Want me to move? I can move. Let me move. There we go. It's Wayne who's bullying me. 15 years ago, I was a high school coach, so you have a lot of self-belief that you're going to have a great career in coaching, even as a high school coach at that point. But you just can't imagine that you'd be in a position to again make those choices and talk about those type of financial numbers and stuff. Go from high school to Wagner to Rhodey and to here, and just I got a lot of pride in the journey and how I've had to take steps in my career to get here, and yeah, it's hard to wrap your mind around.
Is your personality better suited for the college game because you can push the kids a little harder, they're eager?
I could coach anywhere. I could coach great anywhere. That's I had to adapt. I've had to adapt from high school to low Division I, from low Division I to mid, from mid to the best program in the country. You've had to adapt to the portal. You've had to adapt to coaching players that go from getting nothing to NIL. Tactics, player development, building great relationships, building a great culture, being able to evaluate talent, all those things translate. So yeah, I mean, this, for me, this was a great exercise too, to develop in your mind too, to have a greater appreciation for where you are and the opportunity that you have here. This was a great test and a great exercise for me, for how I feel about UConn and how I feel about being a college coach and all the things that I value. I think situations like this come up for you, to test your value system and the things that are important to you. And so in a way, this was a great opportunity for self-reflection about the things I think are most important in coaching in my career.
What do you think you learned about yourself during this process?
That in the end, it wasn't like my ego that mattered the most. It was family, and it was the people here at UConn. It was the players here at UConn. Chance to repeat. And there were definitely the competitive things about trying to continue to do things that either haven't been done or haven't been done here in a long or in college basketball in a long time. But it was just the relationships, the impact that you have on young people. Those are things that I love right now.
You mentioned your phone call with Alex. Did you talk with any other players? Anyone send you messages or anything?
It was just Alex, really, and we talked to Luke and Kamani a ton. We talked to DB. But mostly the people that I was talking to were, like my family and some NBA people who I have a lot of respect for. And then like Seth Greenberg, who is like one of my best counselors or advisors or mentors or what have you. But the people that I always talk to about basketball decisions or stuff that's going on during the season. Billy Donovan, Tom Izzo, Brad Stevens, Quinn Snyder, like people that I have a ton of respect for as basketball people.
What about mom, dad, brother? What kind of advice did you get from that angle?
Yeah, my dad loves his Big East tournament tickets, so he didn't want to risk them. So he, everyone was good. Just, I think, my parents or my dad and mom are older, and I'm sure their preference was to stay at UConn, but they didn't make that. You get a lot of biases from people when you ask her advice, because everyone would prefer you to be one place or another. But I just, my family is so great that they didn't. My brother was just down the middle, like real unemotional, like here's the situation, this is how you got to look at it. And my parents did the same. They didn't. They wanted the UConn. They did not want me to even probably go out there on a plane.
You've got to go to the NBA draft to see players being drafted. What will it feel like now that you've kind of gotten an introduction to a different side of the league?
I don't. It'll just be great to share that day with, with at least two of our guys, and hope that maybe a third guy slips into day one. And I think the thing that you look forward to, most is just the emotion the guys are going to experience that night, and then, just hope we get four guys drafted in great spots for them.